Everybody, and welcome to Heffrey, where I just had to do a real quick video because sometimes the beauty of being a Cowboys content creator is you can just react to what other people are saying and correct them because there's a lot of things that a lot of people say. Okay, so anyway, welcome to the party. I may do another video tonight or tomorrow morning because there is some more stuff I want to look at. But this is about the Cowboys' red zone offense and about the general idea that the Cowboys miss Ezekiel Elliott and they could really use a hammer. Is that true? Or are RG3 and whoever else just saying stuff because it sounds good? The answer is they're saying stuff because it sounds good. And you're not going to get me. Y'all not going to pull me off sides and make me talk bad about Zeke. He was a really, really good NFL running back for 3 or 4 years. He wasn't at the end, but he was still fairly efficient on 3rd and 4th and short. And that's what they're talking about. It's 3rd and 4th and short. The problem is what we're doing on TV now is we're conflating two different things that aren't the same thing. Is you're looking at the Cowboys in the red zone and saying they didn't score touchdowns in the red zone yesterday, and they were missing their hammer. Those two things they're not even together. The Cowboys in that game, it was either 5 of 5 or 6 of 6. On 3rd and 4th and short, when they ran the ball, the Cowboys were perfect. They converted every single time on their hammer plays. They didn't run it well when they got down into the red zone because the Cardinals stopped going in too deep. And even if you are in too deep, the deep is now 8 yards instead of 15 or whatever. And the way you're playing defense is changing. And the Cowboys had 3 backup offensive linemen. So I went back and watched every single running play in the red zone. By the way, Jeff Schwartz, if you're on the Tweeter, put up video of all of them and you can watch every single play. The running backs in those plays did a good job. And in a lot of cases, I would say their burst and acceleration made plays that Zeke couldn't even make. So the numbers on it sucked when they got to the red zone. 3 yards per carry, 10 runs, 30 yards when they were inside the 20. 4 carries for 6 yards total when they were inside the 10. But those weren't 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. Like those were 1st and 2nd and 10 and 8. And there was nothing that a hammer could do any differently than what they did. There's nothing you can do about the unblocked guy coming from the backside and Dak should have pulled it and ran. There's nothing you can do about when guys don't block and you get tackled. There's nothing you can do about that. Zeke is not an immortal. He's not a superhuman. He doesn't run any harder than Rico Dowdle or Tony Pollard for that matter. He didn't convert at a higher rate on 3rd and 4th and short than Tony Pollard last year. So we got to just stop. It's fun. The Cowboys are a really big name. They're a big brand. Zeke's a big name. He's a big brand, and it's really fun to remember Zeke and go, man, if only we had Zeke. The number of things that Ezekiel Elliott would have changed in the Cowboy game this weekend against the Cardinals is 0. You might have gained less yards on some of those plays. You wouldn't have gained more. Not on a single one of them. Not one. So we got to stop. We can talk about the red zone offense, and I'm going to, and I'll do a longer video on the red zone offense. But I need to watch more times on tape the pass plays because the run plays, what went wrong for the Cowboys in the red zone on the run plays? The answer is very, very simple. You're missing 60% of your offensive line and you did not block them. And when you don't block them, people get tackled. That's what happened in the red zone with the run game. Their defense was better than your backup offensive line. That's what happened. So we got to find a way. Is it Dak running more? There was one opportunity on those 10 runs. There was one opportunity where Dak should have pulled it, and Pollard lost 2 yards because the backside defender basically met him at the handoff or just after the handoff. And Dak should have pulled it. Now, once he pulled it, he'd be 5 yards in the backfield and running to his left, and there's a safety that's about 6-7 yards off the ball, and you're probably going to run it for no gain instead of a 2-yard loss. Is that worth it for your quarterback? I don't know. But there was an opportunity for that. Do we need to run more RPOs? Do we need to call more pass plays when we get down there? I don't know, because you were 3 of 9 when you were passing down there in the red zone. That wasn't good either. But we'll work through that, and we'll figure out what is going on in the red zone. And is it some big alarming thing? Or is it, let's keep playing football. It's a new offense. Let's get our offensive line in there, and let's work it out, and we'll figure it out. Just got to get this one out of the way. In the red zone, is the problem that you were missing your hammer? No, absolutely not. Stop it. Stop it. Nothing would have been different. You couldn't run because you didn't have an offensive line. You could run with that same offensive line for most of the game because they dared you to, because they said, we're going to put 2 deep safeties. You're not going to beat us with deep shots. We dare you to run the ball. And in that scenario, you can. Then you get to the red zone, and those 2 deep safeties aren't deep anymore, and the numbers aren't the same. And now you're in trouble if you can't block them. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay, sweet. We'll do the pass plays, and we'll do red zone offense, and there will be a video on it. We'll do the whole red zone. But we had to get that one out of the way. You weren't missing a hammer. Your running backs are good. You have better running backs than you did a year ago. Stop it. Big names are fun. Stop it. Stop it. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through. Be cool to everyone. I love you. Bye.